basically works like this. You can take inventory and you can ship it to Amazon. Amazon will put it in place. And are you familiar with their Amazon Prime program, Zane?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it. I've used it a couple of times,
Are
but
you so
not as
you
well
have a
versed.
Prime membership, right?
I do.
Okay, so a Prime membership is like the greatest thing in the world. And most people that use Amazon regularly have a Prime membership. And what that does is that when you buy something from Amazon and you have a Prime membership, guess what? Shipping is free, right?
Yes,
Two
that's the
day.
biggest reason.
2 day shipping is free. And so Prime members are the greatest buyers in the world. Now, wouldn't it be wonderful for you to have that same kind of benefit when you sell your own products on there? Well, yes, you can, because if you use the service called Fulfillment by Amazon,
Oh,
you get Prime status. Every product that's fulfilled by Amazon qualifies automatically for Amazon Prime. And so you get the same benefits as if Amazon itself was selling this product. And by the way, Amazon doesn't take a big cut when they sell your product for you. And so what you do is you send it over there. So you might say, well, hold on, Jason. You said I didn't have to touch any inventory, right? How is that possible then to ship it to Amazon? Well, here's the beauty of the system here. Since we're using Fulfillment by Amazon, which only requires you to sign up for a Seller Central account, it's what Amazon uses to get you started. You log into your Amazon Seller Central account. You can set it up in minutes. And once you do, you're going to go in there and you're going to configure your new shipment. And when you're done configuring it, they will give you this PDF to attach to your shipment. It's a shipping label, basically, right? And so what's really cool about that is, guess what? If we find somebody else to send the product to Amazon, we can just send them over the shipping label. They can put it on the
hey.
package. So the manufacturer over here manufactures our product, puts the label on it, and they send it to Amazon. And the only time I would recommend anybody ever look at and touch their product is for quality assurance. Before you get your product made by your manufacturer, have them send over 1 or 2 samples. Touch just that, just to make sure it's not a piece of crap, right?
Right, right.
And then that's all you got to touch. Then you say, okay, good, and they will send it. Your manufacturer will send it to Amazon, and you sit back and say, okay, cool. And then Amazon will sell it and do the customer support and do everything. And then they will, every 14 days through your Seller Central account, wire you your earnings directly to whatever bank account that you set up to connect with them, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So this sounds like a fine and dandy process, but I'm sure that there's some questions that people are having, namely which I would assume would be, well, you said manufacture a product, Jason. How hard is that going to be, right? So what's your initial perception, Zane, when I say all we got to do is find a manufacturer for our product to create and then go over and then our manufacturer will
Right.
ship it to Amazon? I mean, what do you feel like when I say that?
Yeah, see, I'm thinking that I'm going to I'm opening up some kind of Chinese phone book and calling a bunch of manufacturers and saying, okay, I've got this idea that I want to run past you, something to that too.
Yes, and that would be the conception that most people have. And in addition to that, I'm sure you're thinking, gee, I mean, what's the ballpark figure to get starting with manufacturing, right? I mean, just
Absolutely.
what would you think a cost like that would be?
I would say, at least in the, tens of thousands, something along that line that says, you have to show some kind of commitment that you're gonna fulfill your part of the bargain so that they actually, do something at a high price point somewhere.
Yeah, and even more than that is depending on the product. Some products, just the plastic molding that you have to have created and then manufacture the product is going to cost you $100,000, right?
Right.
So I mean, we're screwed. Or are we? Well, if you've been in internet marketing, you're probably familiar with this stuff called private label rights. And private label rights, Zane, first of all, are you familiar with it? Have you bought private label rights for internet marketing products? And could you explain the concept real quickly of what a private label rights is?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love private label rights actually because there's a lot of content that's created that I don't have to create, and so basically, someone comes in and says, here's all of the content that I have for you, the sales page, everything you can think of, and I just want to sell the rights for you to use it, and it's pretty much as simple as that. And then you can take it and sell it as an own product or chop it up like I do.
Yes, that's a wonderful description of it. Other people have created the product. In this case, it's an information product, right? And
Mm.
they allow you to buy the rights to sell it yourself, and even in most cases, slap your own name on it, redo the graphics, if you will, and whatever else you want, even enhance the product potentially, right? And you pay pennies on the dollar for this private labeling opportunity. It's amazing. I mean, if you had to outsource an information product to be created, we're talking $500 to $1,000. Where in some cases, you can buy high-quality private label information products for 50 to 100 bucks, right?
Hmm.
Well, I don't think people realize this, but you go to any store and you go down to the supplement aisle, and every single damn thing practically on those shelves is a private label physical product. The only difference
Oh.
between most of them is somebody slapped a label on it and they got a unique barcode, which cost about $1 in this day and age to get your own unique seller code, so that you can, so
Nice.
it's unique to you when you sell that product and nobody else can sell the same product as you, right?
Hmm. Right.
So we're private labeling physical products just like we would with information products. And then
Ah.
what's beautiful in this case is we don't have to change the content unless we want to. You can go to private labelers, and we've done this, and we say, can you add this ingredient? Because we noticed that Dr. Oz last week talked about how great that this raspberry ketones are, right? So we go to our private label and say,
Oh.
can you add raspberry ketones to our concoction that we have over here that we're slapping our own private label on? And they say, sure. That's now going to be your hard cost, $11.07 per bottle, minimum quantity, order 50 bottles, right?
Right. Okay.
So for 500 and some odd dollars and change, I get my label applied with my own unique barcode, so nobody else can sell my product besides me. Okay, I get a formulation if I want to, and they then get the PDF from me that they put on the label, and they ship it over to Amazon. And now I have something on Amazon that is in demand that they're selling, and I know they're selling it because here's what's beautiful. You go to Amazon, every single listing has a what's called a bestseller rank on it. And so there's several different top level categories in Amazon, such as like beauty and home and office, et cetera, right? Each of
Right.
them has their own top 100, top 1,000 listings. So basically, in any of those top level categories, if you're in the top 1,000 sellers, you're making at least $10,000 a month with those products, right? And so something like
Ah.
a raspberry ketone type of formula for a weight loss supplement, there are people on there making $400, $500,000 a month from just
Wow.
Amazon, right? And
Yeah.
so even if you're on page 3 of Amazon search results, you could probably be making $4,000 or $5,000 a month, or at least $2,000 a month. And so that's the beauty of it. Now, if we didn't even want to specialize the formula and we just said slap our damn label on it, and that's that, we have found, would you believe it or not, Zane, we can get minimum quantity orders as little as 10 pieces to get started at
And
$10 a piece.
wow.
So we can be in business selling on Amazon for $100 in inventory for just 10 units to get started, and then we only have to order more inventory when the sales start coming in, right?
Ah.
So quick question to you, Zane. How do you suppose that we find these manufacturers and these private labelers for physical products to then go in on us and just, we pay them a small fee and they send it to Amazon and then we make money, right? How do you think we find those?
I was thinking about that actually, and that was the biggest question that I had is how on earth do you find those? I would start like anybody else and hit up Google.
That's exactly what you do. And you hit up Google. So you take the product name and then you slap on private label rights next to it, and you would be amazed at how many results that you can get. There's a couple other searches we use. There's 3 different types of searches that we use to uncover these. And then here's all you got to do. You pick up the phone or you send an email and you ask them. Hey, I'm serious about doing this and I want to start selling this product. What could I do a test run of for a minimum quantity order if I wanted
Ah,
to
test
private
run.
label your product, right? So even, by the way, don't get shy to these people. Some people will say minimum order quantity 500, right?
Right.
They just do that to scare away the people, so they want to get serious people, right? I guarantee you, if you call those people
Okay.
up, 9 times out of 10, you'll get them to knock that down immediately. Because you got to understand here, you're not. This isn't like internet marketing where we're cold calling people trying to get them to buy something from us, right?
Right.
This is the opposite. We're calling them to spend money with them. They welcome our
Right.
calls. They rejoice when we pick up the phone or send an email out to call them. And often we can find 9 or 10 different suppliers for the same product, and then we can put them in a bidding war with each other, and we can even save money that way. But you don't even have to do that because this business is so easy. You can go in it as lazily as possible, pick the first supplier that makes sense, and then you're off to the races. Now, me personally, I like to stay in the United States. And even if you're living in Iceland or wherever the hell you're living, right? I would personally tell you to stay in the United States with your private label. And here's why. People in the United States are a lot easier to communicate with. Secondly, how long is it going to take you to ship it if they're in California, for example, like one of our private labelers are? You do realize
Right.
that Amazon in the United States has They have factories all over the place, little centers where you can send inventory to, and actually Amazon handles all of that stuff for you. And so if on a private labeler, we could call them on Monday, and we could have it listed on Amazon by Friday, right?
Wow.
We could be on
Yeah.
business on Friday. Now, if we go to China, which is a viable option, then it's going to take us another week to 10 days, and maybe even longer, because there are some language issues in some instances, some cultural differences, and sometimes it's harder to get them and connect with them because of the time zone differences, right? Now, for
Right.
certain products, the only viable option is to go to China. I'll give you an example. The U.S. flag, we were going to private label that and sell that on Amazon because we saw the opportunity. We said, oh my God, there are people making thousands of dollars a day selling the U.S. flag just purely on Amazon through Amazon's organic traffic,
Wow.
and they're not doing it right. And we knew they're not doing it right because we're looking at their listing and we're saying this isn't optimized, this isn't optimized, this isn't optimized. We're looking at the competition.
Huh.
We say, oh my God, it's only going to take us a few sales to get on page 1 of Amazon and make all this money, right? Now here's the kicker: we could not find a U.S. manufacturer to
What?
private label a U.S. flag, right?
There's some irony in there, I think.
So in this case, if the product looks so good, you're going to want to go to China instead. But wherever the hell you go, it doesn't really matter where you go. And when I say go to China, I don't mean get on a flight and fly over to China. I mean get on Skype, because that's how they like to communicate over in China for the most part. Hammer out
Mhm.
a deal. You can have them send you samples too, and most often they'll send it for free or for a super small fee. By the way, in most cases, you can get them to ship the product through their shipping account, which you would rather have than your shipping account, because they will get huge discounts because of all the credit they've had with like DHL and UPS and stuff like that. So you
Oh.
won't pay that much in shipping either, right? And again, very small minimum quantity orders to get started. If you can't get if you can't get them to go down to 100 as the minimum quantity for a product that you really, really want, go on. Because there are literally over 30,000 products that I've identified that are easy for anybody to start and get ranked very quickly in Amazon and make like $1,000 a day up to potentially, or at least 50,000 a year, all passively, automatically. So first, there's a little competition. Secondly, you don't have to be fixed on any one product. If you can't get that small minimum quantity order to get started, so you're not out a lot of money on inventory, move on to the next product. But regardless, we can find them in the United States. We can find them in anywhere. The private labeler that we use for our main product, she lives like an hour away from our office headquarters in Rapid Crush Inc. And we could drive down there
Huh.
and visit her, as
Wow.
Wilson Matos has done before. So talk about what's really interesting is there's manufacturers all around us, and there's so much opportunity, and all you got to do is pick up the phone and call them or send them an email. Now, you might think, and this is interesting, what would you think, Zane, if I said to you, well, gee, if the manufacturer are creating their own product, why aren't they themselves doing this, right? Why isn't the manufacturer just selling on Amazon?
Well, I would say, just from the point of view of the manufacturer, that you just want to produce it and give it off to somebody else who can sell it.
Manufacturers are not marketers. They're manufacturers, right? So they specialize in running big, huge factories to produce all this crap.
Mm.
If they knew how to market it, they would be doing that instead already, okay? They wouldn't be in the manufacturing business because the marketing business is much, much, much more profitable as a whole. So they don't want to do this. They can't do this. They don't even know where to begin to do this. They need to focus on manufacturing, and the way that they can focus on that is having guys like you and I and everybody else buying products from them. So it doesn't happen that way. You could worry about it, but it would be a waste of time to worry about it because these manufacturers don't care one way or another, even though they know exactly what you're doing, even though you're giving them the label to send it on Amazon on your behalf. You know what they'll
Right.
actually do in most cases, Zane? They will say, hey, I got these other products that you should private label and also send to Amazon, right?
Huh.
They will
So
start
so
recommending to you once you start ordering from them because they just want to sell product to you. You're
right.
their consumer. You're their buyer, okay? And then we take it and we sell it to the end markup. And so you might wonder, if we're private labeling a product for $9, what could we sell it for, right?
Absolutely. That's
Go ahead and guess. What do you think if we're private labeling a product for $9 in an average market on Amazon? What can we sell it for?
I would say that you could mark it up as high as 50 to 100%.
Oh, easily. In fact, what we do is we sell our $9 product for $29.95 in our marketplace, for on Amazon, right?
Mhm.
So we're paying $9 plus a little bit extra for shipping, right? Amazon takes their cut, and what are we left with? We're left with, in every single instance, over 50% profit margin. which is kind of funny because in information marketing, most of it's driven by affiliate sales these days. You pay
Right.
an affiliate 50%. So we're
Yeah.
actually, as crazy as that sounds, we're taking home more money from a physical product as far as net operating margins than we are in our information business. Because we either have to spend a lot of money on advertising, which is over 50% usually, or we pay an affiliate 50%. And in this case with Amazon, we're making more than 50% take home when it's all said and done. Now, here's what's really, really cool. We are in a super duper amazingly competitive market. We have a two-word keyword phrase that on Google, if you tried to get ranked on the first 10 pages, if you wanted to crack the top 1,000 rankings, I would guess it would take you 6 months to even be in the ballpark, and even then it isn't a possibility, right?
Mm.
You actually, the more competitive it is on Amazon, the better it is for you to go into there. Now, obviously, we want to pick what we call low competition, high profit areas where there's lots of purchases, but there's little competition. And here's what I mean by competition. There's only 1 or 2 people in the area who have over 100 reviews for their product, because that's the number one decision that people make to get a top ranking product on Amazon, whether they'll buy it or not. The number of reviews and the quality of those reviews, the review score, right? Does it have 5-star reviews, 4-star reviews, et cetera, right? So that's a big part of it. So what we'll find is, and like I said earlier when I alluded to 30,000 products, we've identified 30,000 products that have very low competition in the sense that you could very easily, very quickly, in a few weeks, be ranked on the top of Amazon in the first few pages, or at least knocking on the door and making organic sales almost like that with Amazon, that have people who are buying enough of this product a day on Amazon that if you were at the top of it, you could be making $10,000 a month take home easily, right? And you could get on there really fast. Now you might think, well, gee, Jason, how are we competing with these people, right?
Yeah, that's my biggest question as far as Amazon goes. We've answered all the other questions. Okay, but how are we going to, fight for position on Amazon?
Yeah, exactly. So I'll give you an example. One of the people that we're competing with in our market, it's in the beauty market, and so they paid a super top name celebrity. You would know her name if I mentioned it. I don't want to because I don't want to give away our product, but I'm sure they pay her millions of dollars a year to be on these commercials to endorse this stuff, right?
Right.
And it's a brand that is everywhere. It's in Walmart. It's on the shelves. You wouldn't recognize these brands by name. Heck, you probably have, if you're a female or if you live with a female, you probably have something from this brand sitting in your medicine cabinet right now, right?
Wow.
How
That's
do we
huge.
compete with those people?
I'm on the edge of my seat.
See, Zane doesn't even want to guess because he has no clue. And that's what the average person says. They say, no way, it's not possible to actually compete with these people. And that is a valid concern. It's the same one I had when we were deciding whether or not we should go all in and pause a $4 million a year business to start with Amazon, right? Here's the reality of it. Tell me if this rings true with you. For most items where you decide one day that you wake up and you want to purchase it, you make an impulse purchase when you go to Amazon. Does that sound like a valid conclusion?
I never go to Amazon and just buy the first thing I see. I go to Amazon intentionally. I need to find this thing and I need to buy it.
Yes. And so here's what typically happens. This is the average buyer, or this is the one we appeal to as well. Now, this is in general, right? So not everybody's like this, but enough are like this to make it worth our while. Here's what they'll do. They'll wake up one day and they'll say, you know what, damn it, I need a new cutting board. My last cutting board broke. It's got old, blah, 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 right? So they go to Amazon, where they already have a credit card on file, that they can purchase something with one click, and then it can arrive in 2 days or less, right? And they type in cutting board. That's all they type in. So would we go after a keyword like cutting board? You bet your ass we would. We can compete with that. They type in cutting board and they see the first few results. They skim down and they scan, and the first thing that grabs their eye is what they usually click on. Now, what can grab their eye? Well, there's that product thumbnail that you can upload to Amazon via your Seller Central account. That is a big portion of what will or will not grab their eye. In addition to that, there's your title that you can write in there in listing. And there's a big portion of that which will or will not draw their eye. And in addition to that, there's the reviews. Now, if you only have 3 reviews, but they just happen to be 5 stars,
Those are the ones that show up, right?
it's going to show 5-star reviews. So if somebody's skimming the reviews, you have 5 stars, right? Now, do you think you could have people, and it has to be honest feedback, people that you may know who you could give the product to have them buy it, even better if they buy it through Amazon themselves, so it can be a verified customer review who could write their honest review for you, right? I'm not saying we do that. I'm not saying we don't do that. I'm just saying, is it theoretically possible to get reviews like that to jumpstart a product? Okay, and it is. But beyond all that, do we have to have a huge brand to do this?
No, I would assume you just need a good product.
You don't even need a good product. You just need a good thumbnail of an image. You need a certain optimized title, and you need to have a super high star review. And in fact, if somebody has 500 reviews or 100 reviews, how likely is it for them to have a 5-star review rating? It's very unlikely. It's almost impossible. Whereas you, as a fresh new listing, have 5 stars. And so this is wonderful. All the information we know and we've learned in internet marketing, such as how to write a good headline, a good
Right.
call to action, all that stuff,
Good thumbnail, yeah.
big, stupid, dumb institutional advertising brands know very little about that, or if they do, they don't care. And so we compete on brands because we can market better than them, as silly as that sounds. We can't do brand marketing better than they do. We don't have the budget. But we can do direct marketing better than they can do, which is fantastic when we're targeting impulse purchasers on Amazon, which almost everybody is, especially for the types of products that we go after. We go after products that are between $10 and $40. And so we hang out in that range, right, to where the impulse purchaser can buy, and it doesn't have to be a brand. And let's flip it around. If they were going to buy that brand, would they search for cutting board? Or would they search for
No.
whatever? No, they would search for that brand, right? Simple as that, okay? Now, if we even build up further and go into our Seller Central account and start generating coupons and start giving it to people in unique areas on the internet and say, hey, you can
Wow.
get this for free shipping, and you can also get this discount on it from the public for a very, very limited time, which is direct marketing 101, right? Internet marketing 101 that nobody on Amazon does.
And Amazon provides the ability to make a coupon.
They provide the ability to make coupons in a myriad of different ways. You can show the coupon on your product listing page if you want to. You can hide the coupon so they only apply the discount code during checkout. And there's a whole bunch of different options. You can do it by number of quantity. You can do it by from this date to this date, and everything in between. And nobody uses this function, and it's silly because now here's the beauty of it. You might say to me, well, Jason, how do we get ranked high on Amazon anyway? I mean, let's flip it. How will we get ranked high on Google, Zane?
Well, you need to consider how long it's been there, and you need to have good quality content, and you need to make sure all the metadata is taken care of, and a super polished thumbnail, and maybe like 8,000 backlinks.
Yes, you need backlinks. What you really need, there's really three areas of search engine optimization on Google. First of all, it is quality score is what they call it. So quality score is measured usually by the more content you have, the more historical data that you have on that content, the better they can assess your quality score. So this slants and it's biased to aged web properties, right? So we typically have to wait 6 months to age a web property before we can even knock on the door of a super duper long tail keyword. We're not talking a short keyword like silicone spatula, for example, right? Or toy helicopter, all of which are fantastic products to sell on Amazon, okay? If we're trying to get ranked for toy helicopter in Google, forget about it. We might be able to rank for brand name, model number, toy helicopter. And we might be able to do that in a couple months because we have to age the domain. We have to build these backlinks so it says to Google that we're important because other people say we're important. And then in addition to that, we have to have social activity as well. We actually have to have visitors. Until we get visitors on our page, Google doesn't really care about our page. So it's kind of a catch-22. We go to Google to get visitors, but we need visitors first before Google's going to really reward us, right?
Right.
Oh, thank you very much. And then in addition to that, it's still not an exact science because how many good top quality sites have you found when you're looking for information in Google that were buried
Right.
on the second and third and fourth page? And you say, what the hell are they smoking? Why is this one ranked here and why is this one ranked here, right? It's not a very exact science because most people who go to Google are searching for information. Okay, they're not searching to buy something. And so Google, when it comes to relevant information, has the most complex computational formula alive, and they never reveal exactly how to do it for how you can rank, right?
Right.
Amazon is a different beast altogether. Amazon is a buyer search engine. People go there for the main purpose, usually, when they go there, to buy something or to at least consider buying something. So since Amazon's sole purpose is to provide the most relevant item for them to buy, guess what the main metric is that Amazon looks at to determine their rankings?
Right. I would think something along the lines of how many people buy, and the more people that buy something, the higher they are up in the search engines.
That is part of it. And then and this is what's so funny. And this is what I call the dichotomy of being huge. Okay, Amazon is a multi-billion-dollar company. I think it's $61 billion a year that they do, right? So the dichotomy of being huge is the bigger you are, the more problems you have in your business. It's weird. But because the bigger you are, the more opportunity there is for things to break. The more opportunity is for things not to be fully optimized. It's the whole 80-20 rule for a big business. You focus on the few things that make you the majority of the results. For the time being, and it's been this way for a while, the main key metric seems to be what's called conversion rate in Amazon. That determines how high you rank and how quickly you rank. Secondly, seems to be number of units sold. Third seems to be number of reviews and quality of reviews, right? That's really the main focus. But number one is conversion rate. So let me ask you this. If we ran a coupon for break-even cost, it cost us $9 to ship the product, and we sold it for $9 with free shipping on Amazon, and we gave like a $20 discount on our product, and we put it in a couple different key areas on the web. First of all, what do you think the conversion rate would be on that if we did it correctly?
I would say the conversion rate would be obviously very high, especially with all the incentives. Through the roof.
Not only are we targeting people who already have an Amazon account with a credit card on file that can click it in one purchase and give them free shipping, right? We also, in addition, give them that huge discount with this coupon. We're breaking even. Now, that's funny because Amazon's not measuring did this thing make profit or not. They're measuring how did this thing convert.
Okay.
And if we can convert better than the thing in front of it is converting, Amazon's going to try us out and move us up. If we convert better than the thing that's 10 pages ahead of us, Amazon's going to move us 10 pages up overnight. And I'll give you a specific example. When we did this, we put our product out there. By the way, super competitive word. We showed up on day one on page 15. I was like, whoa, that's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah. I know, right? Not that anybody's going to buy it there, right? But it just amazed me how we could show up on page 15, which is a better listing than a page 15 on Google, which would never be possible for this particular product. Okay, we made 3 sales. We had 3 people that we knew buy it from us. We gave them a great coupon to buy it from us, just so they could be a verified review and write for us, right? We jumped to page 11 with 3 sales.
Cool. Wow.
Okay, once we got to page 11, we said, this is interesting. So we did a couple things that I don't have a chance to get into here, but it's very easy promotional stuff that anybody in the world can do. It relies on social media sites and free press releases, basically. And we bumped it up to page 5 within the next 5 days, right?
Wow, okay.
Now we're starting to make about a sell a week or 2, just purely organically from Amazon from one way or another, which is great, right?
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? Just 1 sale a week, just kind of running on its own.
Then we did the shortcut, okay? And we got this, and it didn't take very long, but in 4 or 5 days, we leapfrogged from page 5 to page 2. And now we're making 2 to 3 sales a day from Amazon. All organically, right? We did this back in April, okay? Now here's what's great. Once you get up there, Amazon will kick you immediately out if you game the system or manipulate it to get you ranked high, because you won't be able to maintain that conversion, right?
Right.
So then they'll push you back down. But if you know how to optimize the product listing page, okay, which, by the way, not 1 in a million damn people on Amazon know how to do. It's horrible. First of all, nobody cares about your brand name. You know, if your widgets are Us Inc., don't put that in the headline. Nobody cares about that, but everybody puts that in the headline, right? If Amazon gives you 10 images to use 10 damn images in Amazon. If Amazon says we prefer you to have images that are 1,500 pixels wide by 1,500 pixels wide, so when somebody hovers over them, they get bigger, do that. Nobody does that, you know, but who cares? Because their loss is our gain, right? And so all we have to do is write the product listing in a specific fashion, which I've been able to do over and over again. I've helped a lot of people do this, and we can now maintain that ranking when all we had to do is send a rush of sales there initially to boost the conversion rate and to boost the activity and to get some reviews, right?
Right.
Now, what's beautiful is once we got on page 2 with the listing that we optimized, then it just started working its own way up like the little engine that could. Because every day we started ranking a little bit more, getting a little bit bigger, getting a little bit bigger. As long as you don't run out of inventory. So when you start to get low, drop a line to your manufacturer and say, send another box over to Amazon. Here's the label, right?
And they do.
As long as you don't run out of inventory, you can keep raising up and up and up and up. And so we have not done any active promotion on our product since April of this year. Let me show you the results that we did yesterday with this product, okay?
Awesome.
Yesterday, which would be Friday, October 4th, we sold 22 sales. Average price point was $29.95. By the way, on Amazon, sometimes people buy more than one when they go to purchase. It's very common, so it's very cool that you can get that bump. I
Right.
don't know the exact number of who bought what yesterday, but my Wilson Matos sent me this email, and he says we made $330 approximately in net profits. Net profits. Okay, and so if you times that by 30 days in a month, that comes up to $9,900. And we're not talking gross. We're not talking what we took in before we paid out Amazon and the manufacturer and everything else, right? We're talking net take home in the bank, put it in my pocket, $9,900 that Amazon's going to wire us half of that in the 14 days and the other half in the next 14 days, right?
Wow.
Now, remember what I just said, Zane. When was the last time I did active anything for this product?
I believe it was April.
April. And we're in October now. The only really activity we do this day and age is occasionally we'll get a review in from a customer who purchased because they find us in Amazon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they will leave a less than 5-star review. And so we just follow up with them and try to get them to leave a 5-star review. So we might give them more information. We might give them an incentive to leave a 5-star review, et cetera, all in line with Amazon's terms of service, of course, right? And that's all we really have to do is because we want to maintain that 5-star ranking because that will help us more than anything with our conversion once we get really high, right?
Right.
And that's all we have to do. That's the amount of effort and work that we have to do to make something like this happen. We got a random viewer. Introduce yourself. Say hi to us. Zane and I are doing this live hangout. Zane just let me know somebody popped in here. Cool, man. I follow along with us because we're going to be here for a few more minutes because what we're sharing is absolutely amazing. And so if you found this in one way or another, you want to pay very careful attention to what I'm going to say next. But as what I've already discussed, this is per month, right? And we've maintained this ranking, so it's not like Google. Google is, hey, if we don't keep feeding this damn monster backlinks, somebody's going to come along and usurp us, right?
Yeah.
Amazon's
Absolutely.
like, as long as you keep getting good reviews, you're going to keep raising up. We're now number 4 for our keyword. Our main keyword, a 2-word phrase that has huge buyer intent. It's the equivalent of having toy helicopter or silicone spatula or skin cream or something along those lines, right? And we are ranked 4 in Amazon for this, and that's worth to us about $9,900 in profit per month, and even more during the holiday season, and even more during the peak season if you have a seasonal product. Some products are just consistent. Some
Right.
products, even in their off season, will make you $5,000, and in their in season will make you $15,000 a month, right?
Wow.
So now here's what's really cool. How did I learn all this stuff? I mean, I don't have time to really dig down and figure out all this stuff myself. I wish I did. I wish I invented this system. I did not invent this system. I learned this system from 2 guys, Matt Clark and Jason Katzenbach. And so what they did earlier this year in March is they released a product called Amazing Selling Machine. It was only available for like 7 or 10 days, and then they pulled it off the market because they wanted to make sure, A, they didn't saturate the market, and B, they're like us at Rapid Crush Inc. here. They value customer service and support. So, they didn't want to take on more people than they could adequately support and help succeed with their own Amazon physical product business, right?
Right.
We got so excited about this opportunity, and this is when we got our product that we were talking about. We got started in March. By April, we quit doing promotion, so we did everything that we needed to do from what we learned from them in March. We made all of our push in April, and now we're making, like I said, automatic sales here in October from that one product, and we learned it from these guys through the product called Amazing Selling Machine, which has been off the market since March until about 2 days ago. They reopened it. So back then, what Zane was alluding to earlier is we paused a $4 million business to say we're going to stop that. We're going to totally immerse ourselves and learn every step of this process so we can do what these guys said to do and follow along, get our own product going, get everything going. And every hour I don't spend on my information business, I lose about $1,500. Okay, this is called opportunity cost. What this means is I could have spent an hour on Rapid Crush Inc. and made at least $1,500. So every hour I don't spend in there, I lose $1,500. That's the other way you look at it. So this was a huge risk for us when we went into it. So I don't care if you say, I got a full-time job already, Jason. Well, I got 2 full-time jobs, okay? Running the business over here at Rapid Crush Inc. is 2 full-time jobs, and I got 2 full-time kids. On top of that, one is 3, and the other one is 9 months old, right? So
Yeah,
don't give me any of that.
yeah.
In addition to that, we bootstrapped this business because we wanted to teach people who followed along and did it with us how to do it for next to nothing. So we didn't do it with any money out of our pocket, really, other than a very small quantity order to get started, plus the investment in the course of Amazing Selling Machine, right? And that's how we approached it. Now, here's what's beautiful. I have a very good reputation online. A lot of people like me. Like I said, we've had over the years over 30,000 customers. We have a lot of really good customers because we treat people right and we give them good, solid, actionable information. So when I told my audience, my customers who bought product from me, that we were going to do this and that we were also going to help them if they were interested in doing that, we had so many people sign up through our affiliate link, because we promoted this product, Amazing Selling Machine, right, that we were the #1 affiliate for these guys. And so it was great because Amazing Selling Machine was one of the biggest launches in history. In my memory, it's the second biggest internet marketing launch of all time, and I was lucky enough to be the top affiliate for that launch, meaning more people bought through my affiliate link than any other affiliates. And why did they? Because Wilson and I sat down and we said, we're going to invite everybody to a personal Facebook group, a private Facebook group, where we're going to help you with any questions that you might have directly one-on-one from us. In addition to that, Jason is going to follow along step by step with you each week, and he's going to show you our results that we're doing here. Wilson and I is what I mean by our. And so we're going to do this with you. And the good, the bad, and the ugly. Will we succeed? Won't we succeed? Well, clearly we did succeed, right? And along with us, many of our members succeeded as well. And so this opportunity is now available again, and in my opinion is the greatest opportunity that you could possibly consider investing money in, and that's why I'm so excited to share it with anybody and everybody, and not just my customers. I'm talking my family members. We shared this with our lawyer. We shared this with our financial advisor. I think he's going to buy it for his wife because she wants something to do, and she can absolutely do it because there's not a lot of technical stuff involved. It's not like setting up a WordPress site and FTPing. None of that stuff's involved, right? It's beautiful in a sense. So I believe in this opportunity so much that when it opened again, we said, you know what are we going to do this time to help people get involved with this opportunity? Now, I will tell you up front, Amazing Selling Machine is not cheap, and nor should anything this powerful be this cheap. This is what's called a genuine loophole. You might hear the term loophole thrown around in internet marketing sales letters and stuff like that, and it's usually a gimmick. Loopholes usually do not exist. This is a loophole that has been actually legitimately proven and does exist on how easy it is to rank in Amazon without doing a single backlink, without doing a single damn anything other than the formula that these guys provide that I learned in the Amazing Selling Machine, right? So this time we said we're going to do it again, but unlike the first time we did not reveal our product. We did not tell people what the physical product was that we put on Amazon. We kept that secret. We showed the techniques of what we did, how we used their information in the Amazing Selling Machine, broke it down and made it even simpler and faster for our members, right? And we documented the whole process. We never revealed the product. Now we're doing it again. We're actually going to this time show you who did we go to, what was the manufacturer, how do we find that manufacturer, what product did we pick. Here's the product listing on Amazon itself, right? Watch it move up the rankings in front of your very eyes. We call this working without a net, okay? I either succeed or I fail, but either way, you know, okay? And we're going to document the process again step by step. Now, here's what's beautiful. We have the biggest private community already because we were the #1 affiliate last time. All of those people are trained up and waiting to help you as well in our Facebook group when you purchase through our affiliate link, which we're going to give out here shortly. That's the greatest bonus, in my opinion. If we just stop there with your investment in Amazing Selling Machine, which is either one payment of $3,500 or 4 payments spaced 30 days apart of $997, you're going to be able to get that bonus, and that makes everything in that course worth it, because you get the formula that we learned from Matt and Jason on how to find a product, how to get it listed in Amazon, and how to get it up to #1 in the Amazon rankings, or at least very high, right? They give you the tools, they give you the software, they give you the step-by-step training, they give you the live members area, they even give you rewards for different milestones. It's wonderful. When you combine that with our Facebook group alone right there, you can say, yes, it is a rather big investment. But that's why it is so powerful. That's why it works so good, because it's not child's play. This works so well that it is priced. It's actually underpriced, in my opinion, for the value you can do, because you get that back in a month if you get the product and you pick the right product and you get it to go. So Matt and Jason break down the formula of picking the right product, right? So we're going to walk you through in the Facebook group how to do this, but here's where it gets better. I introduced to you the second bonus that we have. Okay, and here's what the second bonus is. Actually, let me pull it up here because this is very interesting. But the second bonus that we're doing for the amazing selling machine, if you buy through our link, is one moment here.
Yeah, I think I can pull it up on my
I got
screen share.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So this second one's interesting. We're either going to bribe you with a tablet of your choice of up to $329, which if you don't have one, an iPad Mini or a Kindle Fire HD or whatever, right? Yeah, we'll send you one, right? Or if you prefer, and this is the one I'd recommend you go with instead, is we will do the design for you for your product label, and your product image that you're going to use in Amazon, your images. And I will tell you why this is so great. Okay, I have found this. Okay, let's just say we were selling bottled water as our physical product on Amazon. Let's just use a hypothetical example. Okay, Zane?
All right. Okay.
Now, if you want to look
Hypothetical
at
bottled
this.
water.
First of all, you would need the label, right? You would need to design a label. And then in addition to that, you would need to take an image shot of this to list it on Amazon so people could see an image of your product, right?
Right.
So how would you go about getting this image shot of this product?
You know, I would start out with I don't know, finding a designer who knows how to put the right pieces in the right places, and figure out, negotiate some kind of design contract.
Okay, well, what I meant by this is normally here's what people would do. They would say, okay, I got my product in my hand. I had them send me a sample, right? Let me call a photographer up, right? I'm going to bring it somewhere. They're going to break out a big fancy camera. They're going to shine some lights on it, and they're going to take a stupid picture of this thing. By the way, super expensive to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And good luck getting a photographer who knows how to shoot a product that's going to look nice.
Right.
It's going to have bounce back on. It's going to look like crap, right? You can do that. Or you can do what we have found to work better. And what I mean by work better is more people click through on it, more people buy it on Amazon, is you get what's known as a 3D rendering of this image. You never take a picture of it. Somebody brings it into a program like Adobe Illustrator, and they make it a 3D rendering of it, and they slap the label on it that you give them on that 3D thing, so it looks as real as if you bought it yourself, right? And took a picture of it yourself, right? But it was all done in Photoshop and in Illustrator and programs like that, right?
And it looked visually appealing.
And it looked better than you could ever hope to photograph it, even if you had a $10,000 photographer that you paid come in and do it, right? Now, if you think you can go to Fiverr and get one of those done, don't. Please don't waste your time. It ain't going to happen, right? In addition to that, you could go to Odesk and try to do it that way, and it's not going to be very easy. We recommend you go to a place called 99 Designs. Now, here's what's great about 99 Designs. They will produce the highest quality 3D renderings for you, plus the labels for you, all that good jazz. Here's the downside of 99 Designs. It's super expensive.
Right. It's kind of complicated, right?
It's not that complicated. Designs? It's just a lot of money. Because here's how 99 Designs works, and this is why you're going to love this. First of all, we're going to foot your bill to get your product design. So the most important part of your success of getting your Amazon product ranked and continue to rank is that damn thumbnail image. That's more important than the title. It's more important than anything. So you need a good, high-quality image. And by the way, not many people on Amazon have one. They usually took their iPhone out, or they took some crappy little digital camera, and took a picture of it and uploaded it. I'm serious here. So a 3D rendering will kick its ass any day of the week, right?
Right.
Here's all you have to do. We will go to 99 Designs for you. We will set up a contest. This is what these are called. And we will get 30 or 40 different designers sending completely finished versions of their 3D rendering. It'll have their little watermark on it, so you couldn't use it out of the gate, right? You will then yourself pick which one you like the best.
Hey.
And then we will pay for it for you to get it done for you.
Even better.
So this will take care of your label too, by the way, and it will take care of your whole image shots for you to upload to Amazon. By the way, when we uploaded our 10 images, because when we started we only put one image on there just like everybody else, when we added 10, our conversion rate went through the roof. So the more images you have, the better you will sell. Now that's really cool. So we're talking about 2 great bonuses thus far here. So if you buy the Amazing Selling Machine course, which by the way gets you this, it gets you a full 8-week web class, so each week you get a new module on the next step in the process. It's the best laid course curriculum I've ever seen in my life. In addition to that, you have a thriving community of already many, many successful people. There's over 100 people that I have counted that are making at least $5,000 or more a month. That's in that forum who do this specific thing and nothing but this thing. With the Amazing Selling Machine, you get 7 proprietary pieces of software that will help you in addition to help you with your rankings and boost you up there immediately, right? Okay, and you get to come to a private 3-day live workshop or watch it on the internet for free via live streaming, right? So that's the core offer. Then we talked about our Facebook group where I'm going to pick a product, I'm going to walk you through me going through the course step by step and reveal everything to you completely naked in our own Facebook group with our own members who are succeeding and supporting you and helping you with anything that you need. And we're either going to allow you to pick out a tablet and we'll pay for it, or we're going to design your product for you, your choice. Here's the third bonus, arguably the best bonus of all maybe, because all of our members last time, they talked about this being the best bonus for them personally. I'm going to get on the phone with you, and we're going to have a 20-minute consultation. And here's what we're going to discuss. Once you get your product listed on Amazon, and you've wrote your title, you wrote your 5 bullet points for it, you put your images up there that we designed for you if you chose that option, right? And then you wrote your description. You and I are going to get on the phone. You're going to contact our support. They're going to set up a time. We'll get on the phone. I'll record it for you, and I will go through your listing. I will tell you how to fix the title to make it the best title you can, the 5 bullet points to make those the best you can. I will tell you about your product description. I'll also teach you some other tricks as well. There's a trick, for example, remember earlier when I said that you can get people to buy more than one? There's a specific call to action that we have tested that has increased the order quantity of people who buy your product, which is the easiest way to make more money, by the way. I will tell you that trick on this call. But here's what's so great about this. I have done over 600 minutes worth of these calls, far above that. I would be so bold to say I'm the #1 expert at critiquing people's Amazon product listing pages because I've done it more than anybody else probably has in the world, at least with the formula that Matt and Jason teach, right? And the amazing selling machine. And so I can't tell you countless person after countless person who we did this last time with in March, who I helped them make more money than they were already making just from a simple phone call with me. Because I've learned every ounce of how to market and sell stuff online. I mean, that's my calling, right? And we've applied it and we've tested every theory in Amazon. We found out what works specifically in Amazon. And you will get the brunt of that knowledge. You will never be able to get that anywhere else. So that's why it was so crazy, by the way, that we would do this, right? Because think how much time this takes out of me, Zane. I mean, last time we had over 200 people who signed up through us. And would you believe almost every single damn one of them tapped me up for this consultation, and I did it, right?
Right, yeah.
It's a lot of time away from my business. And between that and the Facebook group, which we're constantly in, it takes a lot of time away from our big business. But this is why I do this, because I believe in it so much that I want to help as many people as possible get in there in the very short time that this is open again so they can succeed and they can enjoy these completely hands-off profit that I've never seen before. And I don't know when the next opportunity will be like it again, where it's this easy, maybe 10 years from now, which is why this is a relatively high investment for you to make, because it is this powerful when you get into the amazing selling machine. Now here's what's cool. Okay, 3 bonuses, stop there, already the best deal of the century, right? Well, let's make it better, okay? Because I don't want to just make it good. I want to make it unbelievably no-brainer, slap yourself silly, I got to buy right away good, okay? Here's the 4th bonus. The 4th bonus is earlier this year, Amazing Selling Machine did a 3-day live seminar, right? And we flew out there a day early, and we told everybody who bought through our link, which was over 200 people, right? We said, if you want to come live with us, just fly in a day early, because you're already invited to their 3-day event. You get that, right? Fly in a day early. We're going to do our own 1-day event. And for about 7 hours, we're going to teach you everything that we've learned, and we've streamlined, and everything that we've applied ourselves to the Amazon process, right? We had over 100 people come to this event live, which is crazy considering we had over 200 people buy. Almost everybody came to this event live, which tells you something, isn't it? When do you get that kind of show rate? It must be pretty damn good. Now here's what's beautiful. For 7 hours, Wilson and I sat down and we broke down stuff. We talked about stuff that these guys didn't cover in the Amazing Selling Machine, because I don't care how good your course is, you're not going to be able to cover everything, right? So since we could stand on the shoulders of giants, we were able to add certain things, such as the tax issues and how you deal with that with Amazon. And we broke that down. Certain business entity structuring that we learned from our $450 an hour lawyer, specifically with Amazon, that we shared with people in this event. In addition to that, I shared with them the shortcut of how we were to get a ranking in 4 days, which usually takes somebody 4 weeks, right? On and on and on. Here's what's beautiful of that. At this event, we sent about 100 people, right? There were 600 people total. So 1 out of every 6 people was there because of us, right?
Oh, wow.
Now here's what's cool. every one of those people were buzzing about how this was the greatest thing that they've ever been to in a live event, and some of them were saying this was better than their 3-day live event, even, right? Now, of course, my
Oh,
people are biased because they like me
right,
already, right? But here's what happened: everybody was envious and wanted to be in the group because the other people didn't buy through our affiliate link, right?
right.
That's how powerful that content was. Well, would you like for me to give you the recordings to that 1-day Amazon seminar that we did before their event? They're already
Yes.
waiting for you. Yeah, that's bonus number 4. I will give you those, which is cool because then bonus number 5 is related to that. Since they're doing in the beginning of 2014 another 3-day event, I will let you come to that one live for free. So just fly in a day early again, right? And we're going to share with you a whole new day of stuff, brand new content, never seen before. Now here's what's cool. Say you can't attend live. Bum, ba, 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 you can watch live stream. Guess how we're going to do the live stream, Zane?
Oh, oh, I know, I know. Hangout, Google Plus
Google
Hangout.
Hangouts. So you will be
Right
able to
on.
watch it live instantly. Yep. You'll be able to watch it live instantly, or an hour after it's done, you'll be able to have access to the recordings. That's what we did last time. We did a live Google Hangout, and that's what we're going to do this time. So it's bonus number 5. Bonus number 6 is very, very interesting. So here's what Matt and Jason teach you. Okay, in order to get ranked up there really high in Amazon, you got to have certain amounts of sales. Remember earlier when we said a little bit of activity, a little bit of conversion, and you're already on page 5, page 2, or wherever in Amazon, right?
Mm.
The way that Jason and Matt teach you is they give you some software. There's 7 pieces of software that they give you. And using those, you churn out things like press releases and little fodder for these social media sites that will pick it up automatically and distribute it. And the totality of all of those will give you enough traffic, a trickle of traffic, but enough traffic, so that way in a few weeks you'll start moving up the rankings and seeing results, right?
Ah,
Well,
that's a
Wilson and
powerful
I,
shortcut.
it is a powerful shortcut. Well, Wilson and I are so impatient, that's too long for us, right?
Of
So
course.
we figured out a shortcut to the shortcut. Now, it's not for everybody, so you might not want to do this. You might want to take the long way, because I'll tell you the trade-off. It's going to cost you about $1,000 out of pocket to run a certain type of advertisement that will shortcut the process from 4 weeks to 4 days, right?
Ah,
So you're either paying time or paying money. I mean, there's no avoiding it. So I'll leave it to you to decide. But bonus 6 is going to walk through how we're using Facebook ads in a very specific way with a very certain type of coupon in Amazon, to where we can show activity enough for virtually any keyword, for any product ranked in the top 100 sellers in their top level category in Amazon, we can be competitive with them and be knocking on the door of a page one ranking in Amazon, which is pretty much then free money in a few days. That's bonus number 6.
oh, so you could take this and say, hey, this is pretty competitive. I'm going to apply this shortcut for this specific product.
Absolutely. It will take you
Ah,
longer to get your shipment into Amazon than it will for you to apply this shortcut.
cool. Awesome.
Something to think about, right? That's bonus number 6. You will not find that anywhere else in the world. In fact, Matt and Jason didn't know this. We showed it to these guys after we invented it, and then guess what they started doing?
And they
They
started
still don't teach it in
applying.
the course, though. They still don't teach it in the course. That's bonus number 6. Bonus number 7 is what we call the bestseller matrix. So this is where you're going to win or not win. And I'll give you a great example. One of the guys who bought through our affiliate link last time, he picked a product that wasn't a mainstream product. It was kind of a niche boutique type of product, right?
Right.
That's not a product that people are commonly searching for. And I told him, I'm like, dude, don't do that. You want to go competitive. They tell you to go after the long tail in Google. You do the opposite in Amazon. So he brought that baggage with him, right? Now here's the
Mm.
good news. He still made $3,708.70
Not
last I
bad.
knew from that product,
Right.
right? But the same effort he could have made an extra zero at the end of it, $37,000, if he would have picked a more mainstream product, right? Now, Matt and
Right.
Jason in their course, Amazing Selling Machine, they show you a step-by-step manual process for finding a bestseller. Basically, you find a top-level category, of which I believe there are 16 in Amazon, right? And then
Right.
from that, you look at something that's one of their top 100 sellers in that category. So we're talking like 1,600 different things. Or more potentially that you could choose from for items, right? It's actually
Mm.
more than that because you don't have to be in the top 100. You go top 300 even, right? But then once you find a product, then you have to ask yourself, could I sell it in the $10 to $40 range, right? Is it
Right.
going to be light enough that I don't have to pay a whole bunch of shipping for it? Does it have private label potential, meaning I could find a manufacturer to slap a label on it and send it over to Amazon relatively quickly with not much of an investment, right? And
Right.
there's a couple other parameters. So the problem with that is it leaves it up to human error, and it takes a little bit of effort to go through the step-by-step process, right?
Right.
Here's
Okay.
what Wilson and I did. We have databased all of the best sellers in Amazon. And then we have created a little script so you can filter between the parameters that Matt and Jason teach in Amazing Selling Machine. You go
Oh,
click, you go click, you go click, and then you go click, and then it will spit out gobs of different ones that I guarantee you are going to be kick-ass if you pick any one of them, right?
wow. Talk about a time saver.
Yes, that's bonus number 7. Again, does not exist anywhere else, only through us, because this is how we roll. And this is, by the way, one of the reasons I built such a big business, because I care so much about my customer success. I don't just say it, I do it, okay? And so when you put these bonuses together, this is so incredibly powerful that, yeah, when you take their course, which on its own is worth every single penny, it's worth 10 times, it's worth 100 times the $3,000 price tag for the $3,499 price tag, or the 4 payments of $1,000 spaced 30 days apart, right? All of these bonuses make this absolutely incredible, but I have the bonus, the best bonus for last. Unfortunately, I cannot reveal it publicly. This bonus, I call it too valuable to describe publicly, and here's why. We developed some stealth software that is so powerful that if we revealed it, other people who are promoting this Amazing Selling Machine, I guarantee you they try to copy it, knock it off. The problem is if you don't do this software correctly, it will actually harm your results in Amazon. So we've figured out the only way to do it correctly, and I know if anybody tried to copy it, they would probably screw it up. And so we're keeping it under wraps for now. The software is extremely powerful. It's simple to use, and it works on anything: PCs, Macs, Linux, tablets, smartphones, etc. Right? The only thing I can tell you about it is it will systematically ratchet your rankings on Amazon easier than anything else in the history of Amazon that we've discussed even so far and that anybody's seen. There's no joke. That's all I can say. Okay? So if this sounds good to you, here's what I would love for you to do. Go to sendnext.com/Zane for more information. You'll be able to see all the information related to all of our bonuses, the 7 bonuses plus the bonus that I called too valuable to describe publicly, right? You also get information related to the course materials that you'll get from Matt and Jason too. And here's what's really cool. We collected some testimonials, just some, from some of our members who bought through our affiliate link last time. I could not fit even a quarter of them on that page, because then it would have just got ridiculous, right? But you will see just a few of the many testimonials, success stories, some of them even with audio, because I made them get on and record their success story with me because it was so powerful, right? You will see that on that page as well when you go to sendnext.com/Zane. Now here's what's really cool. When a course is as powerful as this, usually there's not a guarantee that's attached to it. And if there is, it's usually I have to jump through hoops, several strings attached, weasel, claw, galore type of guarantee, right?
Right, yeah.
Not the case here, okay? This is one of those 30-day money-back guarantees. The course starts here on the 17th of October, and that's when your guarantee starts to kick down. From that day till 30 days later, for any reason or no reason at all, if you want your money back, you got it. That's it. And even if you're not familiar with Matt Clark and Jason Katzenbach, the creators of Amazing Selling Machine, and you're worried, hey, I don't know those guys, will they really give me my money back? I'll give you your money back myself, and then I'll go and hunt the money back from those guys. That's how much I believe in this course, right?
Oh wow. So no matter what, like 30 days, you're like, okay, I'm good. You're gonna get your money back.
Yeah, so you'll be able to see half of their course by then, by the way, because they drip them out one module training at a time, which is fantastic. They do a weekly webinar call to augment that. There's the forum area as well. Plus there's us, Wilson and myself, in the Facebook group, answering any and every question that you may have, whether it's relevant or not even relevant, right? So you'll be able to know by then, was this a good investment or not. Here's what you really risk. You risk some time, okay? About 2 to 3 hours a week when you're starting. After that, it could be 2 or 3 minutes a week if you want it to be, right? But there's a little bit of time risk up front. In addition, there's a little bit of inventory cost risk, right? So what if I spend some inventory and then nobody ends up buying it, okay? If you're worried about that, start for $100 worth of inventory, which is absolutely doable with many, many different powerful products. I would recommend you probably go in a little bit bigger than that so you don't have to reorder inventory so fast, right? But I'm telling you, your legitimate, honest-to-God truth risk could be as little as a few hours a week for the next 4 weeks, plus maybe 100, 150, 200 bucks out of pocket for inventory. Normally, you'd pay a lot more for the logo and the design and everything else, right?
Right.
You don't have to. That's what our bonus gives you at sendnext.com/Zane. Also, when you go there, there's a full training by Matt and Jason. We got Matt and Jason on the call with us, and we did a whole webinar with them and recorded that. So if you want any more information, you can watch that video as well. But what I would recommend you do is buy it first and then come back and watch the video. And here's why. As soon as you invest, you can immediately dive in and start, okay? And that's great because every second you waste on this is a second you delay your future success. And when I'm talking about we made 22 sales yesterday, we made $330 in profits on a product that I know nothing about, by the way. I just know that it's a bestseller. Okay, I don't use the product. I'm as far from the demographic as possible. I've never even touched, seen, felt, or smelled our product, Zane. Never even seen it in front of me. Okay, it just goes to Amazon. And when we're doing that and we're making up to $9,900 a month per profit, that's take home in my pocket profit. And this is from something I've done nothing with since April. And there's no other tricks, right? This didn't mean that I did
Right.
3 years of work before that to build a list of people to then buy it and say I made all this money in a day, right?
Right.
I'm talking started from scratch in March, stopped doing the work in April, and voila, here we are. And by the way, our success story pales in comparison to the over 100 success stories that I've personally counted from the people that signed up. And there wasn't a whole bunch of people who signed up for this course last time, because you got to remember, it was only available for a very limited time, and when the doors closed, the doors closed. It was done. And you'll see on that page at sendnext.com/Zane when the doors close and when the pages expire forever, right? So there's that, okay? But in addition to that, they don't want a whole bunch of people taking this course. So that way, the few people who do get in are going to have the lion's share of results, and they have no competition. There is no competition. There absolutely is zero competition for this. So you're going to want to hurry up and sign up so you can get in while you can get in, and the quicker you can get in, the quicker you can use the curriculum, take advantage of our bonuses as well, and get started. I mean, so sendnext.com/Zane. Now, really quickly, Zane, before we wrap it up here, a couple questions that I know some people are thinking about. One of them that we see often is this. Well, gee, Jason, I'm in the United States, okay, for example, and I live in Illinois or a place like that that does not allow Amazon affiliates to promote the Amazon Associates program, right? Am I screwed? And here's the answer. You are not, okay? This has nothing to do with affiliate marketing. By the way, if you're doing affiliate marketing on Amazon, I feel sorry for you, okay? Because you're the one promoting these physical products that the physical product vendor is making all this money and you're making just a tiny little 6% or less or 3% or 1% on, right? Now, if you are in a state where you can be an affiliate, guess what? You can use your own affiliate link for your own physical product and take a little bit of extra boost, right?
There you go. Nice.
But I mean, it's almost not even worth it. The only reason it'd be worth it for tracking purposes. But the whole point of this is physical products on Amazon have nothing to do with Amazon affiliates. So I don't care where you're at. You can be in Illinois where they don't allow Amazon affiliates, okay? And you can still use an Amazon Seller Central account and set up your own Fulfillment by Amazon business. Absolutely guaranteed. Now here's what's even better. Amazon.com is for the United States, right? But there's Amazon.co.uk for the United Kingdom, and there's Amazon.de and Amazon.whatever for these different countries, right? You're going to want to go with Amazon.com no matter where you're at in the world, okay? Now, it's not obvious up front how you can do that because Amazon would rather prefer you sell in your own country, right? Well, that's great for Amazon, but that's not necessarily great for you because the most amount of buyers with the most credit cards on file who buy the most often are all in the United States, right?
Right.
So I don't care where you're at. There's a guy in Iceland. His name is Daniel. He's making $300,000 a month, and the guy didn't even know what a squeeze page was. I met him personally, and we were talking and marketing one time at lunch, and he's like, "Wait, what's a squeeze page? What's local marketing?" And they had no concept, right? This was a student in college who took this system, was doing $300,000 a month, right?
Per month.
Per month, okay? Living in Iceland, selling on the .com. Amazon.com, right? So this course, of course, teaches you, no matter where you're at, you can sell it in the United States. So it has nothing to do with the Amazon affiliate side of things, right? So that's the main concern, the main question that people have. In addition to that, the other big thing that people simply have is they just refuse to believe that it's possible to very quickly find a manufacturer for their product, a best-selling product, and compete with these ultra mega big brands that spend millions of dollars in brand advertising a year. And the answer to that is, again, let me just reiterate this. People that go to Amazon that we sell to are impulse purchasers. They do a quick search. The first thing that catches their eye, if the price is right for them and it looks good, they will buy it. You don't need a big brand. You just need to have an optimized listing. Between what I've learned from Matt and Jason and what you will learn in the Amazing Selling Machine, and in addition to that, what I will give you in our own personal bonuses as well as my personal 20 minutes of one-on-one with you, right?
See,
That's all you'll need for optimization. Go ahead, Zane.
Oh, I was just saying as all of this is starting to settle in my head, one of the first things that I ever caught my attention with internet marketing in general is they would lead to the analogy. They say, here's how you do physical products. And they say, but this is why you don't want to do it, and this is why you want to do information products. And from what you've demonstrated today, you've taken away all those, those horrible issues that people deal with a physical product, which also led to me going, well, hey, screw that, I'm just going to do information products, and took all the benefits from the information product and just attached it to the physical products, because they always lead with, now a physical product is probably one of the most profitable things you can do, but here are all the issues. And now you've just reversed it, and on top of it, it's something that you can actually brag about. There's people who get it, who understand it. They see, oh, you have a product on Amazon. That's really cool. I may even want to buy it. But unless people understand what you're already talking about in the information marketing world, they just kind of go, big
Well, they
deal.
think you're a scam artist, is what they think. Oh,
Yeah,
you got those long-hitting, hard-hitting sales letters selling information and tangible goods. Yeah, whatever. But I will tell you, I've never seen more husband-wife couples take this course together. Than I have with the Amazing Sewing Machine, because this is a
mm,
family business. This is something that you would be proud to talk about at social gatherings. You say, yeah, I got this little part-time Amazon business. What's that? Oh, I sell physical products on Amazon. Huh? You got a big company that does this in a warehouse and all the junk? No, 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 no. I got this little part-time thing on Amazon. It makes about $5,000 a month. We went on 3 extra vacations this year. The kids all got brand new
right.
clothes and brand new shoes, and we got another car just for fun. Got this little part-time Amazon business going. People want to know what you're doing. Then they think it's the coolest thing in the world. When you say, "Yeah, I'm selling stuff on ClickBank," they're like, what? You mean like The Secret? You mean like eBay? No, I don't mean like any of that stuff, right? So
Right.
this is something, and by the way, this is something that one day if you want to sell it or pass it on to your kids, it is the perfect business. So unlike the
Mm,
guru business, which is what we're in, most of my sales are tied to my personality, my one-on-one ability to design a course myself, and people buy me as much as they buy my products, right? So
mhm.
that doesn't allow a very easy business to sell because it requires my presence to make it work, right?
Right.
My Amazon business does not require my presence, my likeness, my personality, or anything to make it work. Okay, it works on its own. So even if we stopped and sold our business a day, we could easily get 6 figures for our business because somebody could take it over for
Mm,
us, and they would automatically make the check. So we would just change where the checks go to. Instead of us, it would go to them. So we could pay 12 months of income up front for that, no sweat,
wow.
and be out the door tomorrow. So this is a real business that we're building here, which is so exciting to me. Because normally, what would you have to do a real business? You'd have to spend about $50,000 out of pocket up front, which, by the way, is why it's so powerful, right? Because so few people can put $50,000 down to start a business that most of them don't. So by likelihood of being able to do that, already you've qualified yourself to be largely successful. We've removed the $50,000 obstacle, and we made it about $4,000 now to get started. And so, yeah, I mean, it's still a little bit of an investment, right? But what isn't that's worth investing in, that's powerful, that can change your life, right? I mean, I guarantee you, if you added up all your purchases in the last 24 months on internet marketing, you spend more than that, and you have less to show
Yeah.
for it doing things that are nowhere near valuable or have the potential that this has, right? And so, yeah, I might be aggressively pushing this on you, but I do that because I know that if I can get you in there, whether it's happily or you dragging, kicking, and screaming across that buy button, right? You're at the end, you're going to thank me, okay? And so this is why I care so much that I want you to succeed. Let me tell a quick story. There's a guy named Stephen Fulham, I believe his name is, and it's so funny. We did a webinar the other day, and I showed these screenshots of Stephen writing into our support desk in March. Okay, and Stephen says, man, I really want to take this course, but it's just too much money. And so Wilson, my business partner, responds to him, and he says, hey, I understand. We don't want everybody to take this course. We just want the people who it's right for to take this course. So let's help us decide if it's right for you. I really think you should consider it because of these reasons, et cetera, right? And then Stephen replies back, and he goes, well, I misspoke. I don't think it's too high of a price. I think it's too high of a price for me, which is kind of interesting, right? All of a sudden it's changed a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so what he's really saying is I can't afford it. This is what he's trying to say, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here's the reality. I'm sure if you found a way, whether you spread it across a couple credit cards or not, right? Or whether you did a wire transfer, or you found a business partner to split the bill with you to go in on this on half, right? If you really wanted this, I think you could find a way to make it happen. Okay, and so that was kind of the case with Stephen. When we sent back to Stephen, I totally understand, but boy, I would really wish for you to find a way to get into this. Does it make sense for you to get into this? Let's look at it. Yes, it does make sense, yada, yada, yada. So here's what Stephen did. At the last second, right before this offer was pulled away from March all the way until just now when it finally opened like 7 months later, right? He pulled the trigger and he signed up. He found a way when it was all said and done. I believe him and his brother went into business together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Stephen just made it in. Let me share with you Stephen's testimonial because I have it right in front of me. Stephen says we actually just got our $10,000 month, our first $10,000 month. This was like last month. And he goes on to say we're at about 55 to 60% profit margin from that. So he takes home at least half of that, right? So in 1 month now automatically, and this has been going on for a couple months, he's already made his money back and a lot more, right? And it just keeps going up. He says we actually have 3 products up now. And yeah, we're doing probably about 15 sales or so with the first product. He goes, it's almost like it's guaranteed. It's just rinse and repeat. We just do the same thing, the process from start to finish that we did with the first product. It's already happening with the second and the third product. So very quickly, these guys are going to go from 5 to 10 to 15, right?
Right.
Well, they're actually already at 10 for their first product, but their second product's going to do that, and their third product's going to do that, right? And I love this. Here's what he says. I do want to say, and I'm not just blowing smoke, I've been happy from day one that I found out about this through Jason and Will and not through somebody else just because of the support that you've had from the beginning and just the feeling of you guys actually caring that we're successful and not just you got the money from us, right? Final thing in his testimonial. He says, then the call. Just a couple things that we got from the call have for sure generated more income from us almost automatically. We just turned around in the next day, just implemented the things that you told us. Our sales increased, no doubt. So he's talking about the one-on-one consultation with me, right?
Mm-hmm.
By the way, don't just take my word for this. Go to sendnext.com/Zane. I have his testimony on that page, and even better, I called him on the phone and asked him to give it to me. And if you push the play button on there, you can listen to Stephen in his own words say what I just said. Okay, so this is a real person. I didn't make this up. This is a real legitimate person. Now think about this. And there's 2 things that go through my head. The first is I'm very pleased because Stephen pulled the trigger. He didn't let some little excuse stop him from making a big difference in his life, right? He barely got in, but he got in. He pulled the trigger. So that part delights me. Thank God. Stephen's successful, and he made the right decision, right? But here's the part that scares me. How many people were like Stephen who were on the fence but did not get off the fence? Who did not go into this, yes, I'm going to try it and see what happens area, right? Yeah, for everyone, Stephen, there was probably 10 people who didn't make the right decision last time.
Imagine if they did, though.
Imagine if they did, though. And that's what I'm saying. That scares me. That's why this time we went all in with these bonuses. I mean, last time we didn't have nearly the amount of bonuses and the quality and the value of bonuses that we had this time. It was great last time, and we had so many success stories. So you can imagine how excited I am to welcome in the new people who are going to sign up through sendnext.com/Zane with us this time, right?
Wow. See, and this is something that again I have always wanted to be involved with, and the last few opportunities that I've seen about 3 of them that made me look at all. I looked at all the data and looked at all the opportunities and how I personally could move forward with it, and each of those were in the $20,000-$30,000 kind of price point, because it was one of those things you go, okay, I can see why this would cost 20 grand because you're getting X, Y, Z, blah 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 blah. This is that same layout that I'm seeing, and I'm actually I'm with Jason on this. I think it's incredibly underpriced.
Yes, it is. And so it's not what's the price tag, it's what's the value for the price involved. That's the question. The answer is amazing. And then there's no risk either, like I said, because the 30-day guarantee. Let me put it another way. You can judge the quality of a product by its refund rate usually.
Right. Yeah,
and I can tell you firsthand, at least the people that went through our link last time, of which there was more than anybody else, it was smaller refund rate than even my own products that sell at $500. And my products are pretty damn good. My products are pretty damn good, you know. So by the way, very few people would have the guts to come out and admit that publicly. But that's just the way that I roll. I'm an open book, okay? But beyond that, it says something when a product with that type of price tag, which is about $3,500 for you if you go with one pay, or just under $1,000 if you go with the 4 monthly installments, right? For that to have the stick rate, to use a marketing term, for that to have the people that stuck with it and used it and were tickled pink and absolutely happy that they invested in it. It's just phenomenal. It goes to show you this is legit. This isn't just hype. This isn't just claims. This delivers. And then more importantly than that, there are people that can do. There are people that can teach, and then rarely there are people that can do and teach, right? And I think I'm one of those people, which is why I've been so successful. But I know that Matt and Jason are also those people because they not only do this, and I know they do this, and each one of these guys make over $1 million a year from their Amazon business, right? Not only can these guys do this, but they can teach other people how to do this. And one of my favorite things is they've gamified the members area. So you will get badges for everything. Badges for your first sale, badges for getting your product listed on there, badges for your first $5,000, $1,000, etc., right? And what's great is you can publicly see all the different people earning these badges, right? And so you will be amazed at how many badges have been earned and how many people have earned them and how many people have earned. Just the other day, I saw a guy got his $50,000 month badge, his first $50,000 month, right? And this happens.
Wow.
This happens more consistently than I've ever seen any program deliver results on, ever. Okay? So the question isn't, oh my God, is this expensive or not? The question is, does this deliver? And it delivers more than any course I have ever seen in my 6 years in this internet marketing game, including my own courses. Okay? I'll put that out there, right? So that's why, again, when we say we see an opportunity like this, which probably only comes around once every 5, maybe 10 years, and we get excited and we get behind it, and we do everything that we can to help other people who we think are right for this at least examine it, take a look at this and say, maybe there is something here. Maybe I should be the person that can be the next success story, like Steven or somebody like that, right, that I can brag about on a hangout just like this.
Yeah, actually, I can tell you another person who actually went through your link. I had lunch with him yesterday, and he was talking about some experiences that he's been having with it.
Who was this?
This is Matson Magleby.
Oh yeah, Matson. So
right?
Matson
we both live in the same area.
Matson just got his first $10,000 month.
Oh, he said it was 20,000.
Well, I mean, it might be, right? I just saw him in the other day in the badge area having his first $10,000 month, right?
Awesome, right? Yeah. No, go ahead.
Now he wrote in our private Facebook group a long time ago, but I had somebody dig it out for a screenshot the other day I did for a webinar. Matson said, "Hey, I did a consult, a one-on-one with Jason, him and his brother. They teamed up, right? They did a consult with me, and I told them to raise their prices significantly, right? And it freaked these guys out. But they did it anyway. They listened to me. Would you believe their conversion rate in Amazon went up after they raised their prices?
After they raised it, it went up.
So I know a thing or two about marketing psychology and why people buy, especially on Amazon, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, Matson, that's a great example of somebody who, many people, I mean, we barely scratched the surface, but yeah, Matson was somebody that bought through our link that we dramatically helped, and now that's all that Matson does. He doesn't do internet marketing anymore. Those guys are cranking like $20,000 with their product, which is in the pet niche, by the way. Interesting niche, right?
Oh,
household product that they are selling, and these guys are making $20,000 a month in sales.
Yeah, I looked at him, and I was like, so why are you here? It's freezing cold here. Why are you not on a beach or something? Right? You don't have to worry about it. Everyone else, all this stuff is taken care of.
Absolutely. So that's so cool. By the way, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Matson was that close to you and that you guys had lunch the other day.
Yeah. No, it was great. I've met him. I've seen him at a couple of events, and this was the first time we actually sat down locally. And again, just blew my mind. He went through the process that he went through, and it was so incredibly simple. And on top of it, he's like, yeah, I started this back in April, and now he's making $20,000 a month here in October, and he did all the work then, and it's paying him later instead of, again, similarly in the information market where you're always got to be putting something out there, staying in the market's eye, that kind of thing. This, you actually stay under the radar for the most part. And
nobody knows who you are,
right there, right?
Nobody knows who you are. Nobody knows anything about you. It's completely invisible, and it is absolutely 100% passive.
See, and that's what most of us are striving for in the first place, right?
Yeah, I would like to say that I have a passive lifestyle, but I don't. Zane knows that probably more than anybody. I work harder than just about anybody on the planet. That's why when we're neglecting our Amazon business and it's still making us $9,000 a month, I am tickled pink because I don't do any work for that. I should be building more of that passive income, but again, it's hard to walk away from a $4.2 million business that you work 60, 80 hours a week on, right?
Yeah.
But we're starting to move more and more away from that. And obviously, we're doing that here right now, and we're focusing more on this thing ourselves, at least for the next few months, so we can wrap it up again. And very, very soon, I would love to position at least half of my business income coming from Amazon and the other half coming from this asset that I built for the last 6 years the hard way, because I did not know
Mhm.
about this opportunity 6 years ago. It didn't exist 6 years ago. That exists right now at sendnext.com/Zane.
Yeah, and you can also the links right down here in the description as well.
Perfect.
Sendnext.com/Zane. Now, do you have any final thoughts that you want to leave with us before we part ways, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, I put it all on the table. If you still haven't made a yes decision with this yet, it's probably because there's something, one little simple thing, or maybe two things that's stopping you. What I'd love for you to do is, if that's the case, go to sendnext.com/Zane, and at the very, very bottom, you'll see a link, and that link says Rapid Crush Support. Click that link and tell me what it is, and maybe I can help you. We have the best support in the industry, and I know that for a fact because I have the statistics to back it up. We have the best support in the industry, and one of us, it might be Wilson or myself directly, will respond to you and see what we can do to help you get in with this. If you're having payment issues or you need help spreading it across multiple payments, when you go to sendnext.com/Zane, you can contact support and we can help you with that, or there will actually be a phone number on there with a reference code that you can call. So dial that phone number, use that reference code, so that way you can get our bonuses when you call to place your order, and they can help you. Last time we had to have people drive to banks and wire money, and we walked them through the step-by-step process to do that, but we're that serious and that dedicated to helping you get in any way, shape, or form possible. So don't be shy and contact us. If there's one little tiny thing that's stopping you from saying yes right now, don't let that one little tiny thing stop you from building a $10,000 a month business. That would be silly, wouldn't it? So go ahead and contact us. The first step is go to sendnext.com/Zane, click the add to cart button and purchase, or contact us and we can help you, and then we'll help you complete your purchase, and we will see you in our private Facebook group, and that's where the real fun begins.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Jason. We're going to go ahead and give you round this out with a round of applause. Thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you guys later.
Thank you.
Bye.